and welcome to Joey Sabljic versus English 3170. This is the blog where I will be responding to various issues and themes and concepts that pop up over the course of the course, and responding to them in rant-like form through these video blogs filmed exclusively in the Sabljic estate, my humble suburban home. Today we're going to talk about the documentary about the Shakespearean Sanders portrait and all of the controversy and hubbub surrounding it. First of all, I think my main qualm with the film was just how much controversy there was over whether or not the Sanders portrait is the iconic, definitive image of Shakespeare that they're going to start throwing on coffee mugs and cheeky Shakespearean pun t-shirts. We just seem as a society to be obsessed with putting a face to a name, finding some sort of iconic branding that we can apply to a concept or something. But I guess, you know, it's the way we've been conditioned through things like advertising, and it's nothing new, really. The need to associate Shakespeare with some sort of definitive image, I mean, that's something that's gone on for hundreds and hundreds of years, and despite the fact that nobody is really sure whether or not there are even any existing paintings of the guy when he was around. You know, a number of these paintings and portraits have popped up over the years, you know, proclaiming to be the definitive image of Shakespeare. And the one I see a lot is this kind of balding, sweaty, pudgy-looking guy. You know, he's got the beginnings of a skullet going on. Really interesting stuff. A heartthrob for sure. And now the Sanders portrait comes in, and it threatens to really upend all of that established Shakespeare iconography, which, to certain people, I think would be, you know, cause for concern. All of a sudden, here he is, looking rather young, dapper, with a bit of a cheeky grin on his face. Is this really Shakespeare? One part of the documentary that was quite funny was this very toffee-nosed English art critic responding to the fact that the Sanders portrait was found in Canada. It's a portrait from Canada, oh dear. It was hilarious. At the same time, you know, there have been countless forensic tests, and art experts have looked it over, and handwriting analysis, all of these different things to try to prove the veracity of the Sanders portrait, and we don't seem to be any closer to really proving it one way or another, because it will always have its naysayers. And it's kind of interesting that, you know, someone like Shakespeare, who's really defied pigeonholing and having people peg him down to be one thing or another throughout his entire collected body of works. You know, people are trying to peg him down in terms of a definitive image. I mean, Shakespeare, if anything, is a guy who resists labeling. If anything, Shakespeare, through all of his works, has kind of transcended the idea of an author as just a person with a body, and you can take a picture of him and there he goes and he appears in an encyclopedia somewhere. Shakespeare has become so much more than that to us. Shakespeare is not so much a person anymore. He's it's much more metaphysical than that, really. He's basically the embodiment of so many things that we're influenced by in our popular culture and our modern literature. Even now, I mean, everything harkens back. He was such an incredible innovator that it doesn't, I think it would be kind of cheating in a sense. It'd be kind of cheating him and his legacy in a sense to try to peg him down to a specific image, when even now, after all of these years, he still resists label, and he still provides more than ample fodder for countless scholars and connoisseurs of his work to delve in and find new things and analyze. It's that rich, and it's that textured, and he's that much of an enigma that he really resists. He really resists being pegged down to a single identity, to be really reduced to just a man, just a guy that you can put on a t-shirt or a mug. Those are my thoughts on that. Feel free to disagree, you know, through vague personal threats, comments, questions, concerns, compliments. I know that's a pretty fantastic wicker chair in the background. That might be available at a yard sale sometime this summer, so keep your eyes peeled on Kijiji.